Do you struggle with inconsistent golf shots like thin, fat, too short? Then this video is absolutely perfect for you, because chances are high that your backswing length is not right. I know you might be thinking, or maybe it's too long, it should be shorter. But did you know if it's too short, this is also not good for you? There is an individual backswing length for every golfer, which is optimum. And in this video, I will show you how to test it out and how to get it in your game. This will improve your ball striking immediately. Keep watching, we're gonna have fun. So I had Joe come over to me for a golf lesson the other night, and I haven't seen him in a really long time. And there he was hitting golf balls on the driving range, and I could clearly see that he was frustrated. He had very inconsistent golf shots, thin, fat, and I walked over to him and said, "Hey Joe, what's wrong?" And he said, "Hey, listen, I have the feeling my backswing, something's just not right. It feels way too long, it feels armsy. I hate it. Can you please help me?" So what we did is, we did a test, which I'm going to show you in a second, and that actually gave him the idea how his backswing should feel like. Get in a half sitting position. I'm going to put the golf club right here. I want you to keep it there so your back doesn't arch, okay? Hold your fingers about 7 inches apart, and then go straight back all the way. Stop. See your elbows up separating. Do it again. Stop. So that's probably where your physical limit is, okay? What I like about this test is the fact that it's not the typical approach golfers have. It's not like, oh, swing shorter or swing longer. No, you find out how far can you go with your hands and arms, and then you can actually aim for that exact spot. So let's say in Joe's case, he went up to about here. So this was about the length of his backswing. Okay, Joe, we did this test. You had your limit about here. This is where you want to stop your backswing. So try a little rehearsal and try to finish at that point, okay? Where you had your limit, which was about here, okay? Anything further, then you will lose your elbows, the structure, and everything will get wild. That means if somebody just does a test until here, he will try to go here. If somebody manages to get all the way up without separating his elbows, he actually can have a backswing length which is much longer. It's individual. Okay, now try to get the correct backswing length. That's it. Now hit it. Joe was hitting the golf ball better immediately, but after hitting some shots, he suddenly got tired, and you could see his tendencies came back again. So I thought it's a good moment to talk about two main topics in his golf swing, which will help him to be aware of, so he can produce the swing more often. So what I told him is that he basically overhinges and overfolds. So basically this trail elbow was folding too much here in the backswing, and this also caused that the lead arm was breaking down, and you can see the radius was really narrow here, and then he would start topping it. As a consequence, he would start throwing out the arms like this and stick it into the ground. So that's the one thing. So I told him to actually control the trail arm a little bit more and look at the trail arm sometimes when he does his rehearsals and aim for like a 45-degree angle. So like this here. It's actually a little bit more in the golf swing, but 45 is perfect to feel. And when he did this, I also asked him to hold the grip more firm like this, yeah? Not too loose so he doesn't lose it, yeah? Because he was going all the way like this here. So I want you also at home, try to hold the grip more firm and try to check this position here, that this doesn't overfold. And to actually get a feeling for that, I have the perfect drill for you, which I also gave to Joe. So what you do is you take an alignment stick and you place it under your armpit of the trail arm and let it stick out like this. The cool thing with this is when you take your backswing, when you're around here, you will start touching with your lead arm. You will touch this stick like this, and this is like a haptic feeling for you that the backswing is basically over. So I let Joe do a couple of rehearsals with this, and then hit a couple of golf balls, and it got much, much better. But this was not the only thing I wanted to talk about, because he had something in his swing, and this is very, very common among golfers. He had a late sway in his backswing. So a sway is a movement of the pelvis away from the target, and if that happens in the second part of the backswing, so like about here, you can see the spine kicks into this position, in this reverse position here, and the backswing gets too long. The opposite would be true if you stay down like this with the body and do not extend. So then your backswing will be too short. So what you want to have is, you want to be in a position in the backswing where the spine stays pretty much centered here. One of the reasons why the spine doesn't get in this centered position and the spine gets overextended is because the weight shift is not happening early enough. Let me explain. When you look at professional golfers and people hit the ball really well, you will see just before they take the backswing, they're moving pressure on the trail foot, and around here, around transition, they are already moving towards the lead foot and basically engaging the lower body. That gives them power and also consistency. What many golfers do is that they swing back without moving any pressure in the early backswing, and then have this late sway which I talked about, and then they don't have any where to go, and they don't move the pressure to the lead side early enough. So I gave also this drill to Joe, and this is something you could do as well. I want you to take a setup just like normal, like this. Then you put your lead foot like maybe a couple of inches towards the trail foot to start. Take your backswing, and when you are around here in the backswing, I want you to move the lead foot towards the target a little bit and step like this here, okay? And complete the backswing. So it's here, boom. And this helps you to find a feeling when the backswing actually stops. If you wouldn't do this step here, you could go on forever. So you do this drill like Joe did. You step and you see the backswing is much shorter. So Joe did this drill and he did really well, but then he said, hey, listen, Christoph, this is a lot of thinking. I mean, I have to think where my range of motion is back here, and then I have to do the step. Is there an easy way to learn this actually? And I said, yes, of course. Why don't you combine these two exercises? Look, you put the stick underneath your trail arm like this. You take your normal stance, move the lead foot a little bit away from the target, so that when you step later, the ball position is still correct. You take your backswing, and the moment you touch with the lead arm, the stick here, that's the moment when you do the little step. So you go here, I feel it, step. Here, step, and follow through. So you can do this without hitting a golf ball, but after you got the idea, you put the stick away, and then you just hit it normally.
Mr. Bosek, working wonders.
Now, watch this video next. It's about how to initiate the lower body in the early backswing for more consistency and more power. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing in the future, and I see you over there. Bye-bye.